Hello, namaste, everyone. Welcome to Jen and Geri, the Cosmic Queens, on this Monday morning with your weekly energy update and check in and talk about what we've got going on this week. And my name is Geri Habstrittt, and my co-host.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is
Hello.
Jennifer Smith. I'm an energy healer and a spiritual coach, and we have some few things to talk about today for the week coming up.
Yes, absolutely. We've got a new moon on Wednesday. And we've got a Mars-Jupiter conjunction 2 days after that. Let me take a peek. Yes, on
Yes.
Friday.
Yep.
Yep, so things are gonna be amplifying right now, but first we're gonna talk about the new moon because that's what we have coming first. But first of all, I want to welcome everyone. If you're listening via Oneness Talk Radio, Facebook, or YouTube, welcome. We have our chat open, so jump on in and say hi if you're with us today. And then Jen and I both are energy healers, and we have our pages streaming as well. So if you're listening via one of those, welcome, and join us on Mondays at, let me see, it would be 10 a.m. Pacific time or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so one of those time zones. Or if you leave us a comment later too, we usually catch those and respond as well. So new moon, let's talk about the new moon. That's Wednesday. And oftentimes during a new moon, we've got this kind of like this little rebirth energy feeling, like this, it's just this subtle softness about something new can be created and what should it be? Like this little bit of excitement for the new. That's how I experience it. How do you experience them, Jen?
Yeah, I would say the new moon for new beginnings, right? So, new beginnings and whatever you would like for it in your life, whatever you want to manifest or create during this time. So for the new moons, I guess some advice and what many people know who are probably watching the program is that it's time to really pay attention um, to your intentions. What is it that you want to create? So, Jerry, what can you give us a little bit of what you do during this time? How do you set your intentions, and what are some of the different practices you use? Maybe some advice that works well for you.
Yeah, so I think, well, not even I think, I'm going to change my wording on this. I know. So we all are unique beings, and we all manifest and create a little bit differently. And so this is based on our soul chart. And if you are interested in learning how you create and how you basically spin through life, you can contact me because I can help you through that. It's called soul charting, and there's aspects to it. But we all kind of roll through life differently. We all have different energy fields and different ways that work for us. So if you tend to be someone who's just really a meditator, like you like to go in the park and sit under a tree, do that. Do that and visualize and see how you would like your life to be. Some of you love to write. Well, then write it out. Write how you would like your life to be. Um, Write out your perfect day, whatever that, whatever you want that to look like. I'm a visual creator where I need to get out pens and paper, and I have a great big whiteboard right in my bedroom, and I just bought a whole bunch of new colors of expo markers, and I'm going to get up and I'm going to just start doodling and erase whatever I doodle or take a picture of it and save it, and then create something else, maybe paints. Think about the Egyptians. They didn't have, at least I don't think they had paper back then. They did everything on the wall. I mean, literally, their visions were carved into stone everywhere, ceiling, floor, walls, and they were very intentional about every aspect about their death, about the birth, what they're going to take with them through their next life into the world, and every single detail was mapped out and carved into stone, literally. And so if you think about manifesting, right, you're taking your vision and your creative ability literally from the cosmos, from the divine, and you're wanting to bring it into this body of form and make it physical or real. Well, what a good way to carve it into stone. Right?
Mhm.
You're bringing it into the physical and making it real. So you know, whatever your process is that you like to do, you know, now's the time to do it. And Tuesday is a good day, usually the day before. Wednesday, the day of the new moon, certainly, and Thursday as well. There's like a three-day zone there.
Yeah, so you mentioned the soul charting, and the master codes that we have. Mine is all about vision as well, and I do a couple different things for my visioning and my creation and manifesting. I combine a few things. So one is really thinking about the vision of what I want to create. I always work with gratitude because that helps us with to be in that energy of gratitude, that vibration that our body's in is a beautiful vibration to be in. So gratitude is great for anyone to do. And that's just being grateful. My process is really being grateful for the things that I have right now, right? So I write down 5 things that I'm really grateful for. And then I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for that I know are going to happen as if they're happening now. So that really sets you in the energy of that. And because so that's part of the visioning that I do, really thinking about it, writing it down, getting into the energy of it. And then I go to giving and receiving. So I give to the universe what my vision is through meditation. And then I also receive back from the universe. So that is my overall visioning and part of the creation and how I create things.
Well, and you mentioned a couple really important things. So there's a formula for really receiving that which you want. And so gratitude really brings forth that formula. So sincerity, love, and presence. And if you're taking
Mhm.
time to be in gratitude, you're probably being sincere, you're definitely being present, and you're calling forth that energy of love. You know, that love of life, and thank you and for giving me all of these beautiful things that I have. I've found too that's when the magic happens in my life. And oftentimes, a trigger for that for me is to go out on a walk and be in the beauty of this planet. And fortunately, I live in an area where it's stunningly beautiful. My walk every day, if I can't find something to be thankful for, I mean, it's, you know, so whatever it might be for you. And oftentimes, little babies bring that up into me, you know, that feeling of, oh my God, I love babies. They're
Mhm.
so beautiful. I'm so grateful for these little beings, you know. So, you know, art or live music is another thing too. So if you can find it, you know, whatever that setting is that brings out the gratitude in you, good opportunity to start being grateful for things. And that's definitely one of the keys for manifesting. And then you mentioned something else too. Um, don't recall what it is, but another key for bringing in the new is really talking about the new as if it's now, as if you're living it right now. So rather than having this vision of the future that you're trying to get after and go after, and you're really sending your energy out into the future sometimes so you're not even present, right? Is to have a conversation during the new moon. Find a good friend who also has a good vision, right? And have a conversation. And the conversation is going to be you talking about everything in your vision that you want to become real already as if it's real. You know, so if you looking for a partner, give that partner a name and have a conversation like, yeah, you know, my partner's just hanging out here. I mean, give the whole scenario as if it's already happening and talk about it. So basically, you're sharing a lie And it's okay. You can go out on days of the new moon and tell everyone a lie. And if they catch you, just say, no, it's my vision. I'm working my way into it right now as we speak. But that's the way that you literally step into it. You bring it on home, right? You make it more real with your
Mhm.
words, the frequency of your words, the voice. It's like the drawing, hammering it into the stone, except for you're bringing that vision down and it's coming through the vibrations of your voice.
Yes, very
But
good. It's
and you can go ahead.
It's an exciting time. I love it when new moons come around. You know, we have these cycles where we've been we've been coming through this time, and it's also letting go of some things, right? To get ready for this new moon and to be ready for the new beginnings of the creations that we want. Because we're always creating. It's just
Right,
what are you consciously creating? Because if there's creations that are made unconsciously, well, then you have to kind of deal with those as well. So that's what
right.
I've noticed the last week is kind of dealing with that to get ready for the new that's coming in.
Right, right. Well, typically, the cycles and the planet helps us so beautifully with this. We have the full moon, which is basically saying, what are you full of? And that's the grand opportunity for releasing. And it's a good time for manifesting too, because you have a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy there. But usually it's a time where we're letting go of whatever we're full of that doesn't serve. And if you've
Mhm.
already let go of everything, then you just have a lot of energy left for, amplified joy, amplified love, amplified whatever. And then these new moons are like, okay, now I've let go of all that. Now there's this freshness of the birth of whatever we want to bring in.
Mhm.
And a really good experience to take yourself through is to create your vision of the perfect day. And it's not even about you don't have to have this big vision of where you want to go. Maybe you're happy where you're at right now. Maybe you're happy with where you're living, you're happy with your relationships, and but you just want to, do things a little differently. Maybe you're tired of your routine. And so the visualization of your perfect day is you start, how do you want to wake up? What color of the walls do you want to see when you wake up? Get really picky with this. Who do you want next to you when you wake up? What do you see yourself wearing? What are the smells? What do you see when you look out your window? And move through the whole day like that, feeling, sensing, smelling, and really take in the energy of that perfect day. And you can just, add a newness to whatever it is you're doing now. And be careful of patterns, right? Patterns just stop all that. And maybe it was a good pattern, but maybe patterns just make you feel safe.
Yeah, I like that. I do that almost every morning is to create my day. You know, that's the first thing I do whenever I wake up is to really get into the energy of the day and how it's going to be, and more of who am I going to be during the day as I have different
Mhm.
people to talk to, different appointments to go to, um, and it really, really sets the energy for the day and makes it a more happier fulfillment um, for just that, you know, just for the present time now. So,
Right,
excellent advice there.
right.
Even more so, we've got you mentioned from the on the 18th, that's that Mars Jupiter effect.
Mhm.
And then on the 23rd, the Mercury retrograde is coming in. So from the 18th to the 23rd, that's a huge amplification. And it's been described as that's when the drums are really beating. So it's a good time now um, to really focus and be aware, what are you spending your attention on and what are your intentions during this time, because we'll see that amplification over the next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if we think about the Mercury retrograde, usually, not usually, how it's basically set up in the cosmos is a pulling backwards. So energetically, we're all feeling this pull backwards. And so that's when we end up like reconnecting with people we haven't talked to in a long time, right? It's like the past is knocking at your door.
Mhm.
And so whatever you haven't resolved in the past will come a knocking during a Mercury retrograde. And it can be almost anything. And so um, that's what tends to happen. It's going to bring up, might bring up belief systems from the past, whatever it is kind of that's unresolved within you, usually comes up during these. And then we've got this amplification energy on top of it. And so that's why this drum beating thing it's going to be this amplification of an energy. And so what is it? Is it going to be a whole bunch of unresolved stuff from people that's going to get loudly, start beating? Or is it going to be a bunch of fabulous people who have shifted in consciousness, have a very clear vision of the future, and we're going to beat that into form, or whatever it is. And, our teachers, Master Lady Kira and Sri Ramka, Master Lady Kira gets these energy well, she's always downloaded with the energy, and we've got these calendars that show us what's coming up, and they're always spot on. She's been talking about this, what are the drums beating? What are they going to be beating? And in Boise here, I know personally, these drumming circles are popping up, which I happen to be a part of, and I handmade my own drum about 7 years ago and was in a couple little drumming circles, but they just didn't really take. Not many people were showing up. There wasn't a lot of energy around them. Well, now, and then I went and stuck my drum on my altar where it collected dust for the next 5 years. And now, all of a sudden, in the last week, I've been to 3 drumming circles. And there's another one on the 20th, fascinating, right during these dates of the 18th to the 23rd. And they're growing like wildfire. I mean, I was just at one yesterday where people are coming from all over the place. And we had a fiddle, and we had a flute, and we had a guitar, and we had dancers. We had hula hoopers. And we had artists. Someone brought a big, all their art, all paints and stuff with paper, and you could go over and create art while we were drumming. And everyone had this fabulous time. And it was, for us, it was there was an intention to release. We had a box there with papers where you could release, and then we set the intention for what we're creating. And so these drum circles for us are all about creation, letting go of the old and what we're bringing in, and just having a lot of joy doing it. And so she was spot on when she was been using these.
Yeah, so you get out your drum, and if anybody has drums, get them out this week for a reminder. What is your drum beating to? That would be
Right.
a good intention to remind you throughout the day to focus your intention on all the good that you're creating.
Right, and you think of the pulse beat of a drum too. It very much is about our hearts, and there's this deep connection to the earth with this drumming too. So great way too to connect the heart with the earth, bringing your greatest desires and dreams onto this planet Earth and bringing it into form too.
Yes, very good.
So Lynn's with us. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. Glad you're here. And do you have, Jennifer, do you have your cards of clarity with you?
I do not have them right here at my desk. Why don't you go ahead and
Okay.
draw a few?
Okay. We'll just draw one. See what we got. Oh, mine are all over the place. Okay, here we go. So big week ahead. It's always a big week. Do you remember the days when there wasn't big weeks and there would just be a moment in the calendar, maybe once a month, where there was something big going on, and now it's like every week. Every
Yeah.
week's an opportunity for expansion. Every week's an opportunity to rebirth and do something new, and to things are moving faster. Things are magnified more. Okay, so what do we have today? Today we have Archangel Jovial. I wonder if you can see it. My camera's kind of funky. I got a lot of funky stuff going on. It's not working quite right. So I feel like, did we pull him last time? Maybe not. Let's
I don't think
see.
so.
All right. Archangel Jovial. Beauty is everywhere, and it's time to acknowledge this in every moment. Begin with the declarative knowing all is beauty. This opens the doorway to greater recognition that every expression of the divine has its own beauty. The key here is every expression, not just those through the filter of this world we deem as beautiful based upon an illusionary perspective. Call forth and claim your divine mastery presence through seeing the beauty in all. This moment will unravel many myths that are trying to hold you in their grip, and they have their beauty as well.
Mhm.
That one is always such a powerful reminder. It's like harvesting the gifts and the jewels of every experience, because so many experiences in my life, I could have said they were terrible, horrible, awful. And once I was able to really, really harvest the jewels, it was, oh my God, I am so grateful. So grateful for that person, that experience. You know, it woke me up to a greater me, brought me to a greater place, you know, whatever the gift of it is. And so that's kind of the message of Jovial.
Yeah, and I think that's great because once you can start, looking at situations and recognizing the gift and everything that comes your way, that's whenever you start freeing yourself. That's whenever you
Exactly.
start realizing, everything is a gift and to look at it that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, everyone have a fabulous week. You know, Wednesday, new moon, exciting. So start thinking about how you want to have the most fun creating, right? I know I'm going to put on some fabulous music and get out my paints and my markers and my colors. And I'm going to start today. I'm going to start early. And spread them around the house. And I like to hang them up on my walls above my bed so that when I wake up in the morning, I can see what I've created and keep it going, add more energy to it. So whatever it is, however you like to do that, have joy. And then remember the drum thing, maybe get out your drums, get out your musical instruments, and keep your focus on that which brings you joy.
Very good. Yeah. Everyone have a wonderful week, and we'll see you back next Monday, um, at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Central Time,
It's
right?
12 it's 12
Oh, 10 a.m.
Central
Pacific
Time,
time.
yeah.
Yes,
We're
yes,
working
yes.
across all the 4 time zones here, aren't we?
Man, we have to get our timing straight here. Yeah. And please, if you like this, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to Oneness Talk Radio, because we want to grow our channel. And we do this as a service because both of us are passionate about bringing more love and peace and creation energy to the planet and getting the voice out there of consciousness and growing consciousness. So that's how you can help us, by liking and subscribing. And if you know any other people out there who are doing what we do, who want to have a voice too, have them contact me, because I can help them also be a part of the channel. We would like to grow the channel even more. So with that, I'm putting that into the new moon energy, right?
Yeah. There you go.
My action steps are to get all you to help us grow. Okay, namaste, everyone. Have a fabulous